If your favorite chain thinks survival matters more than safety, do you still trust the plate in front of you? Today, we're counting down 5 big-name restaurants you should avoid in 2026.
Now, that location was what they call deep cleaned and then reopened, but it's similar to another norovirus outbreak that Chipotle also had in its Boston location.
Yeah, you mentioned the other outbreaks, another norovirus outbreak and an E. coli outbreak. Are they at all part of this criminal investigation?
Because the inspection logs and recalls tell a story their ads don't. Stay with me. We'll connect the dots. Chronic temperature failures, cross-contamination, understaffed kitchens, and cost-cut shortcuts that turn value into risk. You'll recognize these brands. You just won't see them the same way after you learn why your savings might be the most expensive meal you buy this year.
So investigators are trying to determine what happened in California and whether or not it's related to what happened in Boston, as well as the numerous other outbreaks that Chipotle has experienced over the last year.
Mexican fast food chain Chipotle is now facing a criminal investigation.
It's been served a federal subpoena tied to a norovirus outbreak.
Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. If the knife show dazzles you, you might miss the real risk. Shared surfaces, rapid-fire plating, and raw proteins cooked inches from your salad.
One of its California restaurants. Paula Reed has been going over that subpoena for us. Paula, always good to see you. What are investigators looking for at this hour?
Last August, dozens of customers and several employees reported symptoms of the norovirus. Well, Chipotle has been asked to provide a wide range of documents related to a norovirus outbreak at one of its California locations last year.
The grill looks spotless. The timing looks tight. But the truth is, teppanyaki thrives on speed, not pauses for sanitation. Open heat doesn't disinfect tools. Scrapers, spatulas, and squeeze bottles carry histories unless swapped or sanitized on schedule. Shellfish and poultry need tighter temps, yet the same hot zone handles steak, shrimp, and eggs when the line is slammed. Understaffing means fewer hands to bleach boards, change gloves, or reset tongs between parties.
Leading to these various outbreaks. So even though the E. coli outbreaks are not specifically mentioned in the SEC filing, they're inevitably going to be part of this overall investigation. When, Marie, they have to be, because until they can prove that they're not related, investigators have to look for any potential links and determine whether or not there are systemic problems at Chipotle, as the Department of Justice tries to determine whether there's negligence or criminal culpability that is leading to these various outbreaks.
High-turn seafood and rushed thawing raised steaks and allergen control at a communal grill is fragile. The performance is polished, but the margin for error is thin. Now let's move on to a chain that pitched fresh produce and found out how fragile that promise is. If you chase the fresh tagline, you might want to ask what happens when the produce pipeline hiccups. Leafy greens are high risk. 1 week wash, a warm cooler, or a slow line turns a bin into a carrier. Lettuce must sit under 41 degrees Fahrenheit with tight rotation. Slip there and fresh is just a sticker. On the line, the same gloves touch raw proteins in garnish bins, so the sandwich station becomes a cross-contact zone. Inspectors keep citing improper temps and cleaning gaps, and centralized sourcing magnifies any upstream mistake.
Very popular restaurant. There's just about one on every single corner. What does this investigation mean for the restaurant chain going forward?
A criminal investigation by the Department of Justice is just about as bad as it can get for a company. What's not good? They've already seen sliding sales, stocks plummeting, and not great public relations as a result of this.
Wendy's was tied to a multi-state E. coli lettuce outbreak in late 2025 and early 2026. That's the real kicker. With greens, the gap between crisp and risky is a few degrees in minutes. Now let's move on to a legacy chain where the shortcuts show up in the oven and the walk-in. A hot pie sounds safe until you learn what happens in the make line and the holding cabinet. When prep stacks up, reach-in lids stay open and cold, items warm fast. That's how a safe pie starts risky. Thawed meats, cut veggies, shredded cheese. Each needs tight cold holding. If the rush stalls, those bins drift into the danger zone.
So I can tell you, DeMarco, it's not good, and ultimately Chipotle is going to have to address the causes of these various outbreaks and expect repercussions from the Department of Justice.
The company's sales are down about 22% compared to this quarter last year. But in reality, the burrito is at least 700 calories. The new chorizo burrito was supposed to help Chipotle recover after the 2015 E. coli crisis.
Dough gets proofed quick. Pre-cooked items nap in a holding drawer that favors bacteria when temps slide. Slicers and sauce ladles wait for a clean that never comes during peak hours. Inspections flag the same themes: cold holding breaches, sloppy reheats, and weak sanitizer mixes. The mini payoff: oven heat doesn't fix upstream mishandling. With pizza, safety starts before the bake, not after the slice. Now let's move on to a casual dining staple where the problem isn't the recipe, it's the resource drain. If the menu is a greatest hits album, the kitchen might be a cover band with busted gear. The truth is, cost cuts squeeze training, upkeep, and oversight, so corners get trimmed where you can't see them. You get thawed then held proteins, microwave sides posing as fresh, and a walk-in door that never rests. Casual dining runs on tight station charts and cleaning schedules, but when staff is thin, the deep clean loses to the dinner rush. Inspectors keep flagging the same things: dirty ice machines, sticky soda nozzles, and food riding at unsafe temps. Struggling brands show a pattern: rodent reports, mold in ice equipment, and spotty line checks. Pre-cooked and vacuum-sealed items still need strict reheat and hot hold.
Chipotle stock fell today on news that it was temporarily closing dozens of stores in reaction to an E. coli scare.
Lately, the company has found itself on the defensive for making hundreds of people sick and losing millions in sales. The Department of Justice is now investigating the company for possible criminal activity in connection to food safety.
Now let's move on to a sandwich giant where the F. Your sandwich depends on the person who set the line at 7 a.m. and the owner who bought the cheapest fix. One store follows the book, the next stretches time limits. That turns the healthier choice into a gamble when cold cuts run warm and produce lingers. Let's start with the basics. Line hold logs, clean knives and boards, and glove changes keep a build-your-own safe. Skip them, and cross-contamination is baked in. When margins tighten, owners delay maintenance, push produce longer, or skip cooler calibration. The truth is that drift adds up. Documented themes in 2025 to 2026 show expired foods, weak refrigeration, and hygiene lapses across sandwich chains.
Hochman has also zeroed in on the equipment. His team looked for small changes they could make to save cooking time and money. The restaurant industry has been struggling. 2024 had the highest number of bankruptcies since the pandemic.
A lot of players in casual dining, and Chili's was one of them, forgot about why do people go out, and if we don't deliver on that, why will we expect our business to grow?
Thousands of franchises mean oversight is uneven. The payoff: consistency is the product, but this model makes each store a coin flip.